I'm back, Big C, back on YouTube and things of that nature. In today's video, your boy is be giving some back to school advice as we react to a video titled "Watch This Before You Go Back to School." But before we get into that, I need you to like, I need you to comment, I need you to subscribe to the channel, man. Road to 1,000 subscribers. We're here. Without further ado, let's really talk about back to school time. So, by the time you're watching this video, you probably had your first day of school or you're on your second day of school. Me personally, I'm just gonna shed some light here. It's fuck school. Never really was a good student in high school. Made it to university, dropped out in 2 years. So this is going to be an interesting video because we're going to have two different perspectives. Because Mr. Gohan Khan, if I'm saying your name right, Gohar Khan, 4.99 million subscribers, he is actually an MIT grad. So you're getting two different perspectives today. You're getting college dropout and you're getting MIT grad. I don't know, me personally, I think y'all can take value from both of our advices, but I just want you to know that there's gonna be a little back and forth. There's gonna be some disagreements because we have different school experiences. But let's get into watch this before you go to back to school.
Thanks to Fiverr for sponsoring this video. Alright class, that does it for this school year. I hope you all have an amazing summer, and I'll see you again in the fall.
Dang, I can't believe school's already over. I'm gonna do so much this summer. I'm gonna travel, I'm gonna game, I'm gonna work out, I'm gonna make some bread. But you know what, I'm feeling kind of tired right now. Let me just go ahead and take a nap. Wait, what? First day of school?
The new school year is right around the corner, and this is gonna be your year. This is gonna be the year you build better study habits, get better grades, crush your extracurriculars, and even get enough sleep. Well, hopefully. In this video, I'm gonna cover 8 tips to help you make this your best school year yet.
8 tips. Y'all be paying attention. So I'm gonna let you guys know if I agree or disagree with those things. But one thing I'm gonna give Mr. Khan right away. The way summers be flying when you're in school is actually mad. Like I vividly remember you be last day of school, you have all these hopes for summer, and that summer just goes like this, and in September again you're back in school. I'll give him that. That's actually facts. I don't know where the summers go because it's a good like 3-4 months. But when that last day hits, it's like a blink and you're back to school in September. And all that shit that you plan to do in the summer, that shit's just gone. I'll give him that. So far, we can agree on that, Mr. Khan. But as for these 8 steps, it's all love, it's all respect. You're an MIT grad, but I'm going to be on your ass still. If you say some bullshit, I'm about to be on your ass. No cap, I'm just keeping it being.
Tip number 1, you're not who you were last year. Chances are you're taking harder courses this year than you did last year. And it makes sense if you feel nervous, especially if you didn't do that well in your classes last year. But I've noticed that students approach this feeling in one of 2 ways, either with a fixed mindset or a growth mindset. Having that growth mindset is critical if you want to do well this school year. A growth mindset is when you believe you can develop your intelligence and your skills through hard work. For example, let's say you get a C on a test.
Yeah.
Instead of seeing that
low-key, that's me. So I don't know what Khan knows about me, but solid C+ student. I may get you a B-, a B on a good day, but solid C+ student.
C as a setback, you see that as an opportunity to develop your study habits and get a better grade on the next exam. Now, a person with a fixed mindset, on the other hand, believes their skills and intelligence are set in stone. So if they get a C on a test, they're just going to assume that's how the world works, and they're going to think there is nothing they can do to improve their grade. But I'm here to tell you something special. If you are watching this video, it means you have a growth mindset, because you believe that by listening to the advice in this video, that you can improve your academic performance. Now, just to give you an idea of how powerful a growth mindset can be, a paper from Stanford professor Carol Dweck, who actually coined these terms growth mindset and fixed mindset, found that students with a growth mindset consistently outperformed those with a fixed mindset. Here's a quote from one of her papers. Although students with more of a fixed mindset and students with more of a growth mindset entered junior high school with identical past achievement test scores, their math grades differed by the end of their first term and diverged increasingly over the next 2 years. Students with a growth mindset showed continuous improvement, those with the fixed mindset did not. Tip number 2 is to
Let's just pause real quick there. Let's just pause. I'm hearing it still. I'm hearing that there's growth mindset and fixed mindset. The reason why it's not that black and white, and I don't know if I'm ever going to get an opportunity to debate this with Mr. Khan, because he seems like a very smart man, but it's not that black and white. I ain't going to hold you. Like, there's some times where, like, realistically, and there's no diss, like, sometimes a B is potentially the best you can get. Like, for some courses, maybe a C is the best you can do. And I'm not saying you should settle and accept that, but sometimes you got to know your strengths and your weaknesses. And my thing always was like, yo, I would love to strive and be an A+ student. But I know that just wasn't going to happen for me. Like, that wasn't in the cards for me. And I was going to sit there and mope about it. Fam, if the best I can do is a C, I'm going to give you a C every time. That's what I'm going to bring to the table. But that A+ thing, that was just not in the cards for me, because that's just not how my brain was clicking for that. I had skills and abilities and other things. I think that we need to accept and appreciate the fact that not everybody is academically inclined to get A+ and 100% and all that. Like, and it's okay. I honestly don't think at everyone's best, everyone can achieve that. Because when you really break down, some of these courses have something more to do with, like, your memorization, maybe how you calculate things. There's a different part of your brain for languages and stuff. Like, there's some things that your brain might never even click. So you can work hard and do all that new growth mindset. But if that's your peak, that's your peak. And I think maybe this is feeding into a growth mindset. I think you got to focus on your strengths. And, you know, just kind of build up your weaknesses and kind of accept them for what they are. Like, okay, maybe you're not the next big mathematician because simple multiplication has you struggling. Okay, but maybe art classes, like, you know, like, do enough in those courses that you struggle with, obviously. But, you know, strengths and weaknesses, bro. Strengths and weaknesses. I don't think it's as black as white as growth and static mindset. I think you can have a growth mindset for all you want and generally just not get certain high grades in courses that you're just not good at. And that's okay. I would have loved to have a 99 in math, but that just wasn't my bag. Try as I might. I had so many kids tutor me. Fam, I was trying to do everything, but it just wasn't in my cards. So man, just had to do what I had to do to get by. Cop a 70, cop a 65. I'm not condoning the ways that I went about it, because sometimes, you know, I cheated. Sometimes I finessed. Sometimes I found a way to maneuver the system to get that grade, but I did what I had to do to keep the boat afloat. I'm just keeping a bean. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna lie, but like I said, me and Mr. Khan are gonna have different opinions because of the different school experiences we had.
Declutter everything, and this one's actually pretty fun.
This is my type of school fit. And
Okay,
the TD student banking
W-add.
package is my type of financial fit. It's designed with their student needs in mind. Wow, TD really suits me.
Y'all save
Going
money
into the
for
new school year,
Make
you're
sure
going to
you know
declutter
that.
in 2 stages. First, you're going to declutter your digital workspace, and then you're going to declutter your physical workspace. So to declutter your digital workspace, I want you to head to Google Drive, select that mess of files that's just sitting there, and move everything into a folder called Archive. Boom, there we go. Everything probably looks way cleaner now. But we're not
Okay,
done just yet.
cook up,
Now I
cook
want you
up.
to create 3 folders called Classes, Extracurriculars, and Other. In the Classes folder, you're going to create...
Would I do all this? No, because for me, that's not something I would do. But this makes sense right here. Declutter, fam. Some of y'all got too much going on, fam. Put that shit in folders, fam. I hear that one still. Me, more times, like, I can kind of make sense on my clutter. But for some mans, like, fam, y'all need this, fam. Your shit's looking crazy, fam. Some of y'all are too smart for your own good, fam. So y'all gotta have all these files, all these things mix up. This one, I hear this one still. I hear
a
this one.
folder for each of your classes. and you're going to color code them according to this guide. Look, this is the only correct way to do it. If you disagree, you can argue in the comments. In the extracurriculars folder, you're going to create a folder for each of your clubs and activities, and then in the other folder is where you'll keep everything else. And of course, you can also add other folders like personal finance and health, but these are the 4 base folders that I think every student needs. Oh, and by the way, if you have any important documents in that archive folder, just pull it out and move it where you need it to be. Oh, and also clean out your email inbox, because I know you have thousands of unread emails. Unsubscribe.
How many emails do... Should I show? Nah. I'm not about to show. I was about to do it on the computer, but that might be crazy. I'm gonna lie. Okay, the number that I have is 11,793. That's how many I got on my Gmail right now. Probably should go about deleting that. But that's how many emails I have. Y'all let me know how many emails you got. I have like 11,000 emails.
From newsletters you don't care about, subscribe to my newsletter, which is linked in the description.
Plug.
And then also delete any messages that you don't really need anymore. Now, decluttering your physical workspace, on the other hand, is a bit more straightforward. Get rid of all the garbage that's in your backpack, get rid of all the garbage that's on your desk, and also get a desk organizer to store all your stationery. This way, if you're ever at your desk and your backpack's far away, you don't have to trudge across your room or the entire house to get what you need. Tip number 3 is to reduce...
I ain't gonna lie, you cooked. You're cooking something. That second tip there, that declutter, that might have saved me. I ain't gonna hold you. I can be a messy nigga, I ain't gonna lie. My desk was not neat. My folders were not neat. I ain't gonna lie. A lot of times, I was in my own way, I ain't gonna lie. Because when it comes to finding certain things, that shit I could not find in my bag. I was the type of guy, like, fam, you know how you have like the different binders and folders for each course? I was the type of man just have one folder, fam, just dash everything in there. And if I didn't want to like punch like the 3 holes in it and put it in my 3-ring binder, fam, I would just shove some shit in my bag. So the teacher would be like, yo, take this home. This is homework. Boom. Dash it in my bag. Straight in my bag. I come home, I'd be like, yo, I ain't gonna lie. I don't even know where the homework is. So when I come back the next day, the teacher's like, yo, where's the homework? I ain't gonna lie. I don't even know where it is. Cause I either put it straight in my locker, I put it straight in my bag, or I just put it in a big up folder with everything. So now when it's, oh, did you do the homework? Shit, I don't even know where the homework is. I lost the paper. So that one, I hear that one still. He's a smart guy. Mr. Carter is a smart guy. MIT taught you a 1-2. You're a smart guy still.
Reduce the noise. You have to eliminate any distractions that can hold you back this school year. I want you to grab your phone and delete any apps that are wasting your time.
Whoa.
And don't do this based on a vibe check. Look at your screen time and look at the apps that you are using the most every single week. Now, I either want you to delete these apps or set up time limits. But make sure your time limits aren't too aggressive, like don't set a time limit for 5 or 10 minutes, because chances are whenever that notification pops up, you're just gonna dismiss it. Instead, look at your average usage and set your time limit accordingly. For example, if you're using YouTube for an hour a day, preferably to watch my videos, start off by setting your time limit to 45 minutes a day. Then the following week, you can set it to 30 minutes a day. But jumping straight from an hour to 30 minutes or even 15 minutes might feel a bit too aggressive. Now, if you want to go even one step further, I recommend that you use focus mode, which will block out notifications from people and apps for a certain amount of time. iOS already comes with the work focus that you can use whenever you need to lock in. But even then, let's say you still get distracted and cannot focus for the life of you. I have a quote, or I guess a question that I want you to think about. How do I want to wake up tomorrow? I heard this from Dr. K, who is a phenomenal YouTuber who I actually met recently, and it felt like a huge wake-up call for me. Like, just think to yourself, if you don't do your work right now, how will you feel the next morning? And that thought...
I'm a type of nigga, I ain't gonna lie, Mr. Khan, I'ma feel fine, I ain't gonna lie. Fam, there's so many times where I didn't do something on the night, and I'm like, I'll do it in the morning. I never do it in the morning. So many times where I'm doing an assignment, I'm like, I'm not trying to do this tonight. Let me see what YouTube's saying. Watch something on YouTube tonight. Then I tell myself, not gonna lie, I'm gonna wake up early and do it in the morning. First of all, I don't wake up early. Second of all, I don't end up doing it. And you know what? You know how I feel? I just charge that shit to the game. I charge that shit to the game. Me, I'm the type of guy, I'm never going to make myself feel away or feel bad or down on myself because I didn't do a local homework or I didn't do a local assignment. I just charge it to the game. That's just the type of person I am. Maybe that's why I'm not a successful student, because I didn't really take it that seriously. But for me, I was like, it is what it is. It is what it is. I hear the quote.
Be enough to motivate you.
That's not enough to motivate me, I ain't gonna lie. But reducing the noise, W tip though. W tip. IG, Snapchat, YouTube. TikTok wasn't even booming really when it was like low key. Fam, if I put a limit on that, I really could have locked into my work for real. But I'm the type of guy like fam, like I just need to see what's going on. Like I think I got that. What do they call that? They call that FOMO. I got like FOMO for real. Like, let me look at my screen time real quick. Let me really lock in and look at my screen time real quick. Let me see what really be taking up my time. Let's go. Do I have it turned down? I think I have it turned off. I don't even think I. Oh wait, hold up. Yeah, I turned that off still. I don't even have it tracking. That's something you gotta turn on. That's crazy. Yeah. I'm gonna keep it on for a week and see what my screen time's saying, but I'm guaranteed YouTube and IG are probably taking a bulk of that time. And just cutting it down a little bit might help. So that's good advice still. Will people listen to that step? Probably not. That's the step realistically niggas are skipping. Niggas gonna hear a lot of what you're saying, but like, yeah. But then when it comes to yo, put some screen time on those apps, you like, they're skipping that still. They're not doing that one. But that one right there, that's the one still. You cooked with that one. So far, you're 2 for 3. You're 2 for 3 on the tip still. I can't lie.
Number 4 is to lean in. And this really isn't a tip. This is more of a request. Whatever you're interested in, whether it's programming, biology, chemistry, music, movies, I want you to go all in. Not only will this be fulfilling for you, but colleges love to see students who are passionate and committed to something. For example, let's say you're interested in sustainability and want to start an organization to clean up litter in your community. I want you to think of a name, find people to join you, create an action plan, and build a website to spread the word. But building
W idea, didn't really have time to start my own company, start my own business in school, but I hear it still. He's on some overachieving type vibes, but I don't know if this is mandatory for your success, but you know, it's good to have hobbies, to have your passions, but I don't know if you need to do all this here, but
find people to join you, create an action plan, and build a website to spread the word. But building a website can be kind of tough, which is where the sponsor of this video comes in, Fiverr. Fiverr is the
trying to get your ad in there.
We're going to share and have a huge budget for your organization, which is fine. You can adjust the filter freelancers worked on freelancer on in terms of to me what they can also use it for video edit. What's the project that matters most of your time getting people on board and hosting initiatives. And it's the freelancer /go hard to check out the services available to you is to create an organization for 10% off. And now let's get back to
that whole step was just an ad? The fuck? Damn nigga, you really selling out for the bag. So tip 4 was lean in, and the whole time it was just an ad read for Fiverr. But you guys can talk to me though. I can do a little brand deal for y'all, but that was kind of wild. I ain't gonna lie. That one, I'm not hearing that one still. Man talking about, yo, have a passion, lean into it, make a website, then promote the Fiverr for the whole time, and then just, that's it. I don't know, fam. I'm not really rocking with that one still. Like, obviously, dive into your passions, but I don't know if you should be starting a business and, like, do you, but, like, I don't know, fam. Focus on them midterms. Especially for my first year students, them midterms gonna slap you in your face. Make sure you're ready for that. This shit ain't like high school. The midterm gonna hit like a y'all not ready for the midterms. So I hear that, but that was kind of a waste of a tip. So 2 for 4 still.
Is to create an organization system. Before the year starts, you need a place where you can keep track of all your academic and all your extracurricular responsibilities. However, not all organization systems are created equal. I find that students use organization systems that span 4 different levels. Now, the level that's the best fit for you depends on the kind of person you are and the amount of stuff that you have to do. Personally, I use a level 4 system today. So level 1 is using a pen and a notebook, which I ain't
gonna lie, I'm gonna keep it a bean. I have no organizational system in my life right now. Probably why I'm just the vibes man. Big vibes man on YouTube. Subscribe. Big T. But yeah, don't really have no level. Because if this is level 1 pen and notebook, then I'm at level 0 then. I don't even be using no pen and notebook.
I believe is highly underrated. Many people assume that a pen and a notebook isn't enough, but in reality, at the heart of any good productivity system is having a place where you can write down what you have to do and then track what you have done.
I used to do that in school though, to be fair. We had the agenda. I was a nigga who actually used the agenda. When they gave us the agenda, I used to actually write down everything in my agenda. Because if I didn't, I probably wouldn't do certain things or I'd forget certain things. So at that time in my life, I was level 1. I had the agenda. Some guys would put in their phone or nah. I used to write down the agenda. And anything I didn't put down in the agenda, I'd probably not end up doing. So the agenda was really holding it down for me for a little bit. I ain't gonna lie.
To-do list in your notebook helps you do just that. Level 2 is using a digital to-do list, usually with an app like Todoist or even the Reminders app on your iPhone.
I tried that shit for a month maybe. I got like a specialized to-do list app. Nah, that shit was too much, fam. I felt like that shit was controlling my life. Nah, I wasn't rocking with that. But for a lot of people, I know a lot of people who be using this, fam. The only thing that like kind of sucks me out about this, like, fam, some of y'all niggas got like every 15 minutes of your life like put in a time block on these apps. That's kind of crazy to me, fam. Like, I ain't gonna lie, live life, fam. Live life and just know sometimes life is gonna like you can't control every aspect and every 15-minute block you have to be here doing this. Like, fam, that's not how life works. So I hear like being organized, but there's an extreme to it, fam. And I'm seeing too many people on the extreme thing, fam. Why am I opening up your phone and I see like 20 notifications of your to-do list? And it's like 30-minute increments, 15-minute increments of like small little things, like everything you have mapped on your phone. Are you good? God forbid your phone gets moshed up. Then what are you gonna do? You don't know how to live. You don't know how to operate your life. So I hear it. Like, I hear what you're saying, sir. I hear it. But some of y'all be ODing on that organizational thing, especially with the phone apps. Y'all be ODing with that, fam. Like,
either way, the Reminders app has some pretty cool secrets that a lot of people don't know about. For example, on a reminder, you can set a location so that it pops up whenever you're in a specific place. So if you set the location as your house, the reminder will pop up whenever you come home from school, which can be pretty useful. You can also toggle something called when messaging, which will show you the reminder whenever you're texting someone in particular. So for example, if you're working with someone on a group project, this would be a pretty useful toggle to activate. Level 3 is using a calendar app like Google Calendar. Calendar apps are beneficial because you can track what you have to do and then also when you're going to do them. I highly recommend using a calendar app if you're an upperclassman because I imagine that you are juggling a ton of different things. Create blocks in your calendar for classes.
Bro, this is what I'm starting to talk about, fam. This one's not OD, but you see how this is starting to lay out? Like, man's even got their break time, like the half an hour break time schedule. Like, it's too much, fam. It's too much. Like, I've seen people, and it's like this like version, this little calendar thing is just stacked with just everything they're doing. Like, fam, that's too much, fam. That's not how life works, fam. I'm gonna keep it a bean. That's not how life works. This is not bad. This is nice and loose. It's free, but I've seen people go kind of on the extreme of this. It's too much, fam. I don't care how many things you got going on in your life, fam. Sometimes you just gotta let life. Just let life, fam. You can't control every single aspect. It's impossible. No one can do it, fam. Life is gonna throw you curveballs. Life is gonna hit you left, right, center in ways that you can't schedule for. Now you can't schedule for everything. I promise you that. That's what Mr. Khan won't tell you. Big smart man, MIT. You're a big MIT graduate. You don't understand that you can't schedule everything in your life. Some things in life just can't be scheduled. But y'all might not want to hear me though, because I'm just a college dropout. But one day, y'all are going to not only learn that lesson, but y'all going to see that lesson exemplified in your life. Like, sometimes you be telling certain people things and they'll be listening. And sometimes you just got to experience it. Him who not here must feel. Some of you guys have to feel that to really understand that.
There's extracurriculars, study sessions, workouts, and everything else. This method of creating blocks in your calendar is known as time blocking, which I believe is extremely useful if you're a student because students drastically overestimate the amount of time they have. Only when you time block your responsibilities do you get a sense of how quickly you have to work and when you have to work. Now, level 4 is using a productivity app like Notion to create an operating system for your life. Some people also call this a second brain.
See, this is when it starts getting scary. You see what he called them? You see what he called that Notion app?
Notion to create an operating system for your life.
An operating system for your life. Fam, you don't need that, fam. All you need is God and your own brain. Because watch what he calls
People also
it.
call this a second.
A second brain. Are you mad? You already have one up here. You already have one up here. And I know some of y'all are smart. So you already have a really good brain. You don't need a second brain. You don't need an operating system for your life, fam. Fam, just trust God, fam. Trust God and use your brain. You don't need a second brain and an operating system for your life. That's too much, fam. I'm not hearing that. I'm not hearing that Notion thing, fam. I don't know if there's another brand new, another promo thing. I'm not hearing that Notion thing, fam. To describe something as an operating system for your life and a second brain is crazy. It's not that deep. I promise you it's not that deep. I promise you this is coming from a college dropout. So this might be so hypocritical. School is not that serious. It's not that deep. I promise you can succeed in school without a second brain. Without an operating system for your life, fam. Because your school is not your whole life, is it? Unless you're making school your whole life, school is not your whole life. So I don't know what we're really talking about here. But, like I said, you might not want to listen because it's a college dropout speaking. But, that's kind of wild though. I pray y'all don't be downloading this app. It's love, but don't download this app. Because if you download this app, you're in too deep. You're in too deep and you'll be pulled out. It's time for an intervention. You're in too deep. Imagine a second brain and an operating system for your life. At your young age, for high school or college, you need to chill out. Because you haven't even really experienced life for real. That's what this man won't tell you. You haven't really experienced life for real, fam. Y'all not serious, fam. Not serious.
This is a digital system that allows you to track your assignments, your exams, your extracurriculars, your workout routine, your finances, your college applications, and so much more. Later this fall, I'm actually going to release my own Notion template, which I believe is the ultimate system for students who want to stay organized and get ahead in every aspect of their life. If you want to be notified when it comes out, fill out the interest form in the description of the video.
I do not.
Tip number 6, study when you don't.
Right now, I ain't gonna lie, sir, you're 2 for 5 right now. Them last ones were not hitting. I ain't gonna hold you. We started off strong. Them last 2 not hitting.
Have to. I can already imagine what you're thinking. This video.
And now you're saying some nonsense.
If you study when you don't have to. I can already imagine what you're thinking. This is illogical. This doesn't make sense. What are you talking about? But this is the ultimate life hack. If you only study when you have to, there are going to be some weeks when you barely have to study and some weeks when you are studying a ton. And this constant fluctuation can get pretty stressful as a student. But if you instead study the same amount every single week, even when you don't really have anything to study, you will feel so much calmer as a student. For example,
maybe I'm not a nerd. Maybe I'm not tapped into school right now. I'm failing to understand why I'm studying when I don't have to. I'm not really deep in that one. I'm not feeling that one, Mr. Khan, because I'm studying if there's a test or an exam, or if there's going to be an evaluation of my ability to know the material. I'm not studying for vibe. I'm not studying for fun. The fuck do you think this is? It's not for fun. It's not playtime. Like, do you really think mans are just going just to study for fun? Is that what we're on? Are we being we can be unrealistic and be like, okay, man should schedule time to study for fun. We can be realistic, fam. Why the fuck would you study for fun? Why the fuck would you study just to study? You got nothing else going on in your life. Man, that's how that's how school literally works. There's some weeks where you don't have to study that much because there's nothing to study for. And then there's some weeks where you have to study a lot. How is that overwhelming? That's just how life is. And you know what that's called? That's called balance. The weeks that you don't have much to study for, that's when you can be more social, hang out with your friends, go to parties, etc. Vibe, enjoy your experience at college, university, high school. Because at the end of the day, while it is school, these are still important years of your life that you should enjoy. And then those weeks where there's things to study for and you have to do a lot more studying, that's when you cut back on the friends, on the parties, on the extracurriculars, etc. because you have to lock in. That's what balance is called. We don't just study just to study. for no reason. No, we appreciate the fact that we don't have to study this week so that we can do more social activities. And that can reward us so that when it's time to lock in and really study for the weeks that it's jam-packed and we have things to study for, then we pull back on those social events that we already went to when the weeks weren't that busy, and we lock in now. That's how actual student life works. And the reason why I'm not in school is because for me, whether it was a week full of studying or a week where it was light studying, I was still partying, having a good time regardless. That was the issue. That was the real issue. I didn't know how to pull back. But realistically, the weeks that there wasn't a lot of studying to do, that's your time to have fun, enjoy, do a lot more social events. When it's time to lock in, when there's things to study for, that's when you lock in, you pull back on those things. I didn't do that though. I didn't really lock in. Whether it was when it was time to really lock in, tests were coming, now a lot more studying has to be taking place. I didn't lock in. I didn't flip the switch. That was the issue. Well, this advice here, you're not cooking, sir. You're not cooking. I'm not hearing this one right now. I'm telling you how it actually works. But then again, and I repeat this, I'm a dropout. So maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. But that's an insane way to go about school. That's an insane way, I ain't gonna lie.
Example, if you don't have a lot of stuff to study one week, just read ahead so that by the time you do have to study a lot, you don't have to panic because you've already read ahead. So while your friends and classmates might be going through this stressful cycle of ups and downs, you are maintaining this calm consistency and doing just as well, if not.
Fam, that's what life is, fam. Ups and downs. You can't control it by reading ahead and thinking, oh, if I read ahead, then I'll know the material, so then I'll never will truly get overwhelmed. No, at some point you're going to get overwhelmed. That's what school is. At some point you're going to be overwhelmed. You're going to be like, yo, I don't know what's going on. Why am I in this program? Why am I studying this? I don't know what's going on in this class. And there's going to be other times where you're like, yo, this shit is easy as hell. Depending on what type of student you are and your academic inclinations, there might be less up and downs, but even the smartest, brightest bulbs are going to have ups and downs. This green side here is not actually feasible. It's not real. This is not how school works. This red side, this is how it works for everybody. The ups and the downs. And the way you cope in these ups and these downs is you sprinkle in some fun, some enjoyment. Because if you're going through these ups and downs and you don't got no outlet to have some fun, enjoy yourself, you ain't got no friends, no nothing, this shit will kill you. This in the red will kill you. It will take you out. But if you have a social system, social friends, a friend group, extracurriculars, you have some fun outside of school. You have something to do outside of school that can take your mind off school, make you enjoy it. When these ups and downs come, you will know you can fall back on that, and it won't wash. It'll rock you. It'll rock you, but it won't defeat you though. You get what I'm saying? You'll stumble, but you won't fall. You will stumble in school. Like this is unrealistic. This green side is unrealistic. You will stumble. Wallahi, you will stumble. Like that's just a fact. Like I don't care how smart you are. You're gonna, it's ups and downs. That's part of life. That's part of school. You will stumble. But if you sprinkle in some fun and enjoyment and not just a robot school robot thing, if you sprinkle in some fun, then when you stumble, you won't fall. You'll keep going forward. You'll keep moving forward, which is what it's all about at the end of the day. School really is just a battle, and you just got to keep moving forward. Ups, downs, but just keep moving forward. You get me? College dropout speaking again. So take that with a grain of salt. But my only flaw in school really was I really just didn't have a balance and I just didn't have a balance. But what he's saying here, like, I've seen some of the smartest kids burn out because they try to do this robotic, static thing where there was no ups and downs. They just try to go through school just like this. Just staying on top of everything just like this. Just like this, just like this. Sacrificing social life, just to stay above, stay ahead, stay above, stay ahead, stay above, stay ahead. Stay consistent. So we can have that conversation, but I don't know. We can have that conversation. I'd much rather do the ups and downs, fam, because that's what life is. Even if you get out of school just doing this, you're not going to get through life just like this. Life is going to go like this. So you might as well get ready to learn how to handle it. Life will hit you up and downs. So let's just keep it real. Let's keep it real, Mr.
Tip number
Khan.
7. Don't do
You did not cook. You did not cook on that. I'm on your ass now. I'm low-key on your ass.
it solo.
This is valid though.
This is my type of school fit.
Same ad is crazy.
And the TD student banking package is my type of financial fit.
Word?
It's designed with your student needs in mind. Wow, TD really suits me.
The reason I did so well in high school was because my best friend challenged me. We were on the exact same wavelength, we had the exact same goals, we had the exact same vision, and having that person in my life helped me stay motivated. Why? Because I had someone holding me to higher standards, someone who was cheering me on, and someone who could support me in times that I was feeling super stressed. For example, while I was going through the college application process, my friend and I helped each other stay on top of everything. Because we both were applying to the exact same schools, we were able to keep each other in check and keep each other motivated. If you can find someone in your life, whether it's an adult, a friend, a family member, a parent, to be that source of inspiration or support, you are going to excel this school year. Now, if you don't have someone in your life who can hold you to these goals, don't worry because you have this community. Drop a comment with what your goals are for this year and try to make it detailed. Don't just say, I want better grades. Okay, and if you're watching this
We
video,
might go down in the comments and see what people's goals are. But I ain't gonna lie, this one's valid. Can't do it by yourself, gang. You're finally talking my language, Mr. Card, and can't do it yourself. You need a friend. I don't know about having a friend who's doing the exact same thing, because I always am a believer of having friends at different stages of their lives, you know? You gotta be able to mingle and mesh with different types of people. All sorts of different people. In school, I was rocking out with the nerds, fam. I was rocking out with the nerds, but the drama kids, I was rocking out with the drama kids. I was with the jocks, fam. I was with everyone, fam. The popular kids, fam. I was with everyone. I could mission mingle with everyone. University, low-key didn't mingle with everyone because something about university, I wasn't rocking with a lot of people there, fam. Something about university, like a lot of kids there, I felt like were very pretentious and fake, and they just move like they're better than everyone else. And I don't fuck with that, fam. I'm a very transparent person. I keep it real. I keep it 100. And I'm not going to change who I am for a next man or a next female, fam. Like, that's not how I operate. And I felt like a lot of people were doing that at university, college, like trying to change their image, trying to be new people, trying to act brand new. Like, I'm not rocking with that. I'm not here for that. So that's why I didn't mix and mingle with too many people in university. But my advice to anyone in university is to mix and mingle with people from all different programs. Don't just stick to people who are in your program doing the same thing as you. Go to different campus events. Go to the gym. Go to fitness areas. Go play some sports. Go join some teams. Like, just mix and mingle with all sorts of different people from all different walks of life. First years, fourth years, like everyone. And like he said, there's value in having a community, multiple people supporting you. So I hear that one still. You did your thing, Mr. Khan. With that tip, you did your thing. So y'all niggas try to be doing this shit by yourself, fam. This shit is going to be hard enough. It's going to be overwhelming. Don't do this shit by yourself, fam. Have a community. Have some people who will push you in the right direction, fam. I hear that
video
one.
days, weeks, or even months after I published it, I want you to go into the comments and check in on the people who left the comment. See how their goals are going and see if they're staying consistent. And tip number 8 is to get on your teacher's good side. It is critical.
Nah. Not hearing this one. It's valid, but I'm not hearing this one. Not for me. I'm hearing this one, but not for me, though. This one's not for me. Genuinely, if a teacher don't rock with you, they don't rock with you. I can't make a teacher like me, fam. I don't care, fam. I can't make a teacher like me, and I'm not going to do it, fam. A lot of teachers didn't like me, but the few who did, they just let me be me, fam. They understood me. They let me be me. But if you didn't rock with me, fine, fam. Because if you don't rock with me, I don't rock with you. And we keep it like that, fam. No fake shit. No two-faced shit, fam. That's how I kept it a being. So a lot of times, like, some people are like, yo, like, why you moving like that with a certain teacher or certain professor? Fam, because they made it clear they don't rock with me. So I don't rock with them, fam. I'm going to keep it a being. That's how it is. Maybe that's too aggressive. Maybe that's too much smoke. That's too much tension for some of y'all. But I don't change who I am for the next people to like me, fam. If you don't fuck with me, you don't fuck with me. And if I get the vibe that you don't fuck with me, then fam, you're gonna get that ice right back in your face, fam. Depending on how you treat me is how I'm gonna treat you. So if you're a professor and you want to be want to be disrespectful, or you want to push me to the side, or you don't really value what I have to say or the things I'm doing, or you're not really looking to like, really take me seriously, then that energy that you're giving me, I'm gonna give it right back. Like, fam, these teachers, your high school teachers, are grown ass people. Okay? Your university professors are grown ass people, educated people with their own lives, their own interests, da da da. So I'm not gonna try to like weave my way into their good books, because if I'm not their type of person, then it is what it is, fam. I'm not here to be friends with no teachers, fam. I'm here to get grades, fam. So I hear it. I would encourage y'all to do it, fam. Get out of the teacher's good side, but that just couldn't be me. And maybe that's why me in school didn't want. I could never do that. That just wasn't in my DNA, fam. My Dukes knew that from young. Like, fam. I remember telling my mom this when I was young, fam. Like, when I was young. I was like, Mom, I don't really like this teacher. I think her name is Miss Brown. I don't like this teacher, Miss Brown. She's like, why don't you like her? I'm like, Mom, I get the feeling that she's trying to be nice. Like, she's not a nice person, so she has to try to be nice. I remember, like, my sister or, like, some of my other classmates were like, oh, she's fine, da-da-da. And when my mom met her, my mom was like, okay, I see what my son's saying. I see why my son sniffed that out and he does not like her. Because when my mom met Miss Brown, she's like, oh, I do get the sense of this lady's trying to be nice. And there were certain things she would say where my mom was like, okay, if this is how you're interacting with me, then if this is how you're interacting with my son, I can see why he doesn't like you. And my mom knows I keep it transparent. So as soon as she knew I wasn't rocking with Miss Brown, she knew me and Miss Brown were going to be like this all year. She knew me and Miss Brown were going to be like this all year. Because as soon as Miss Brown came on some fake shit trying to be nice, I did the same thing in her face. I tried to be nice. So that if she was going to move like that, I will move like that too. And we're always clashing. My mom was always wondering, like, yo, why? Before my mom met her, my mom was always wondering, like, why is there so much issue with Tyrell and Miss Brown? Like, why is it always Miss Brown, issue? And I told her, like, Mom, like, it's generally not me, Mom. This teacher does not rock with me, and I don't rock with her. So if she don't rock with me, I'm standing on business. At that young age, I was standing on business. And my mom, when you meet her, you're going to see, because my mom can perceive people real well. So I'm like, Mom, when you meet her, you're going to get that vibe. And if she treats you, if you get that vibe from her, what do you think the vibe I'm getting from her if I'm with her every single day? All throughout the whole school day. And no matter how many times my pops was like, yo, you just gotta pretend like you like her. I was like, nah, I'm not going for that, fam. I'm not rocking with that. If she don't like me, I don't like her, fam. She kick rocks. Respectfully, though, Miss Brown, if you're watching this, I hated you when I was younger, I ain't gonna lie. And I know you hated me. And we can keep it that way. It's still smoke. It's still smoke to this day.
To do this as early as possible. And here's how you're going to do it without looking like a teacher's pet. Within the classroom, try to answer a question most classes. Okay. Don't try to answer every single question because then you...
Don't try to answer every question. Look like a nerd, like a loser. Like a little kiss ass. Don't be trying to answer every question. He's right with that.
You'll just look like a tryhard. Your goal is to show that you care about the class and show that you're engaged. And then, of course, you also want to ask questions, but make them thoughtful. For example, don't ask your teacher to define a term or repeat what they've already said. Instead, ask them a question that they might have.
Yeah, that just makes you look dumb. I ain't gonna lie. Me, I can't really speak because when I'm in class, I ain't really saying nothing. I was in the back of class and I wasn't paying attention. I wouldn't say nothing. But I always sound like, man, like, the quickest way to make yourself just look so silly, so stupid, is just, ma'am, can you just repeat that, please? Can you repeat that? Or you ask a question that you either know the answer to, or you ask a question to something they just said. Like, that just makes you look so stupid. I don't know why. Like, realistically, it's not that big of a deal. But I can remember, like, so many times in, like, high school, or, like, even in big lecture halls, like, when a person raised their hand and you would ask them, like, dumb shit, like, yo, can you repeat that? And she's like, I just said that. Or hey, can you like go back and explain? Not go back. It's like can you go back and define this? And they just gave the definition of that. Like you look like idiots. You look stupid. I'm not the one to judge because I wasn't paying attention. But like I'd rather just nice my beak and say nothing than try to do the most and look stupid. And that shit don't impress professors. That shit's not cute.
Have to think about for a second. And these tend to be the questions that start with the why or a how. If you want to go even further,
cooking.
you can email them a question.
That's the question you ask. The why. Make them think. Make them feel that you really, really care. Even if you don't. You be taking the most boring because a lot of professors, that's the thing. A lot of professors will go at it two ways. They're either really passionate about what they do, so they would want someone to ask a question to spark that passion in them, and they'll get a liking to you if you share that passion with them, or they really hate what they're teaching, they have no passion for it, so you asking them a new, different question is like a new way of them sparking it, and a new way of them to look at it, so it kind of like reignites that flame, because not every professor likes the courses they're teaching. There's a lot of professors that do, like they're really passionate about it, and if you show them that passion, you guys will click like this. But there's some professors who don't give a fuck about what they're teaching. So if they don't give a fuck and you don't give a fuck, they're not going. That class is not going nowhere. But if they don't give a fuck about what they're teaching and you show even the slightest interest, they're like, oh, maybe what I'm teaching does matter. And it might, you might get a little connection, you might get a little bond there because they're gonna be like, okay, maybe there is some value in what I'm teaching, or maybe this kid is making me think about it in a different way. So y'all are gonna have a good relationship there. That's how you build a connection with a teacher. I can't speak. I was never the one to do that, but that's how I would go about it.
After class. So I feel most teachers are kind of split about this. Some might be impressed by the email and appreciate your thoughtfulness. Others might think that you're just being lazy and should look up the stuff yourself.
Facts. Me, never send an extra email. Me, personally, I never sent an email to the professors. Like, that wasn't my thing. I already heard you beak for 2 hours. Like, I don't really care what you have to say. 8 a.m. lectures. I'm hearing you beak for 3 hours. Just yapping for 3-hour lectures. And I'm going on my way to email you for you to yap more. Nah, I'm good still. And he's right. The professors can take that in two ways. They can really appreciate that, or they can be annoyed and feel like you're bothering them. Fam, not every professor loves to be there, fam. I'm telling you that right now. The biggest mistake you can make is thinking every professor loves what they're teaching and loves it. Like, that's the biggest mistake you can make. Because you're going to do that kiss-ass shit, sending them an extra email, long email time, and they're just going to get annoyed. They're going to be like, yo, this thing is bothering me, fam. Like, leave me alone, bro. Leave me the fuck alone. And then you will create an enemy out of nowhere when you didn't have to. When you could have just been in class and just niced it. So I hear that one.
And finally, getting on your teacher's good side isn't just about getting good grades and being smart. It's also about getting your teacher to like you as a person. So be friendly with them, chat with them before and after class, and don't force it. Just try to be a genuinely kind, thoughtful, and interested person, and I guarantee you that your teachers will like you. And with that, we have wrapped up today's video. If you haven't already, join my Discord server where we have over 170,000 students from around the world helping each other with homework, college applications, and so much more. Join my newsletter, The Studious Student, which is linked in the description of this video. And then thanks again to Fiverr for sponsoring this video. Head to fiverr.co/gohard to check out the services available to you and use code GOHARD to get 10% off.
Not gonna lie, I really like this GoHard guy. I like the presentation of the video. Not all the steps I agreed with it. Definitely disagreed with a lot of what he was saying. But I like his approach to it. Because for a lot of y'all can relate to this. You high achievers. You guys can relate to this. Like, he's speaking their language right here. Me, I'm speaking more to the everyday niggas, fam. Just the more, down to earth, your everyday, just your niggas. Like, that's who I'm speaking to. I know if I go in these comments, it's just all the high achievers can be talking. My main goal this year, not helping others more than I have to. I'm really getting used last year. I don't want to, don't get used. But like, I see how this appeals to a certain group of people. Me, though, I'm just speaking to my community, because I know a lot of them are going back to school, and I'm just keeping it real with them. What I want for them if I'm here to give some advice, let me go full screen. If I'm giving some advice to y'all, keep it a bean. Enjoy the experience. There's not going to be a time in your life where you're going to be surrounded by so many people who are similar in age to you, similar in education level, similar in life experiences, and similar in like the stage of life that they're in at the moment. So it's a very beautiful thing. You can make lifelong friends. You can meet a girlfriend, a boyfriend. That could be a long-term partner. You can meet business partners. You can meet your crew, your group. You can meet your coworker. Like, man, like there's connections, not connections to be made, but there's relationships to be made. I wouldn't say like school is just a network thing, because don't use school as just a network thing. That's not what it is. But there's a chance to make genuine relationships with people who are doing various things that either you're interested in or you didn't know you had an interest in. Whether it's engineering, inventing something, whether it's music, whether it's athletics, whether it's I don't even know, like whatever it is. There's so many people who are interested in so many different things, and you can make genuine friendships, genuine relationships, genuine partnerships. Like, it's an experience. Don't get too hung up on all the other things. Like, it's an experience at the end of the day. Part of that experience is locking in when you need to, studying to get good grades. That's part of the experience. I'm not going to lie to you and say that's not part of it. But another part of it is those things that you might not ever experience, like a drunk night after class, a random brainstorm session, you staying after class and just talking with some of your classmates for hours. Like, those things you can't recreate in any other environment other than university and high school. Like, that's what it's there for. Some of it might seem petty and childish and silly, but at the end of the day, those are experiences that are built for that stage of your life. So you can try to be like a mini adult and try to plan and organize everything and, take it too seriously. But at the end of the day, these experiences match the experiences that you should have at that age of your life. This is the age where you have those type of experiences. So you can rush by them, you can brush by them and act like, yo, these are not things I need to experience, and you can just focus on just the studying part. Or you can accept this is the stage you are in your life. These are the experiences that, not that I need to have, but I can have. You can have these experiences. Because there's going to be a stage in your life where you're going to be too grown, too old, too busy, with a family, with businesses, with work, with life in general, to even have the option to have these experiences. You're in a very fortunate time in your life where you can lock in and study, but also have some of these memories, some of these stories, some of these crazy days that you're not going to have when you're older, if we're being realistic. When your life really starts to get into a routine and you have to do these certain things that are part of adulting. So in the meanwhile, in this very, very precious and fragile 4 years that you have of high school, or 4 years of university or college is a great option. I might go back to college, even though it's fuck school. This time that you have now, take the opportunity to experience these things. Like, why not experience these things? That's just my thing. That's my biggest advice, Have the experience of school. Experience it all. Experience everything that you should at this age. Whatever it is, try it out. Experience it. And have fun with it too. Because like I said, there's going to be a time where those experiences are not going to be there for you to have. They're not going to be there. So enjoy them now. That's my little bit of, school advice from a college dropout. You know what I'm saying? But hope you guys enjoyed that video. Hope you guys enjoyed the advice. You guys already know what you got to do. Got to like. Got to comment. And most importantly, subscribe to the channel. Road to 1K. The Twitch link is in the description. Follow me on Twitch. I'm going to start streaming just now. And without further ado, peace.